Shalom, y'all. In the last video, we were reading chapter 26 of the book Bere'shiyth, Genesis. Anyway, and so the scene is transitioning from Avraham now to Yitzhak, and there was a famine in the land where they were dwelling, and so Yitzhak decides to start heading elsewhere, and Yah says, "Hey, don't be going to Mitzrayim. Head over to this place instead." Which actually his father and Sarah, Abraham and Sarah, had went prior as well, and so place where Avimelech had ruled and was still ruling, and so he came to the area of the Palestine, and he kind of did a little copycat and same thing his father did. Oh, she's my sister. And it seems to me like Avimelech was spying, looking out the window, spying. Oh, what's this? And it doesn't exactly say what sporting is, but that's what it says Yitzhak and Rivka were doing. Be that what it is, Avimelech's like, "Hey, this is definitely your chick. I mean, why'd you say she was your sister? That's kind of..." Anyway, he makes a decree throughout the whole land. Anybody who touches this dude or his woman, you're dead. You're a dead man. So, decree put. And so Avimelech sends him out as he did his father, and so Yitzhak dwells in the land because of what Avimelech had said, which was, "My land is before you, go where you want." And so he goes and he starts sowing in the land, and Yahweh blesses him just like boom. And he increases everything 100-fold. And so Yah's talking to him, and he bestows the covenant which he established with Abraham. Now he's reestablishing it in his seed after Abraham, as he said to Abraham that he would do. And so he's going through all of the things that he had spoken with Abraham. Now he's repeating them in the ears of Yitzhak for Abraham's sake, because Abraham walked uprightly with him and followed the Torah and kept his commandments. So this blessing was not only for Abraham, but it's for his generations after him. So why don't we stop being selfish about me, I, and think about what we're doing to bless our generations after us. What are we doing for the kingdom of heaven, for the kingdom of Yahuwah, that He will bless us, and not because He will bless us, but because His commandments are what we're to follow. Something to think about, you know. So this these are the things that happened to Yitzhak, you know, for Abraham's sake. And Yahuwah speaks unto Yitzhak and he's like, you do this, walk in my ways, walk in my statutes as your father did, and I will bless you and your seed, and I will multiply you upon the face of the earth. You know, it's a repeat covenant that's being reestablished onto the next generation. And so he's out there, and his servants are digging wells because Abimelech's servants had stopped up. They filled in the wells that Abraham in his days while dwelling there had dug. So Yitzhak's digging more wells, and the shepherds, they come, or the herdsmen of Gerar, they come and say, hey, this is ours, what are you doing here? And so he calls one after it, and because they strove with the herdsmen. So he says, all right, let's keep going. They go over another distance and they dig again, and the herdsmen, same thing. And so this happens, and the herdsmen are like, this one's too, this is ours, what are you doing? And so they go again. They go over another distance, and they start digging, and the herdsmen did not fight or argue or have any tissy fit about ownership with this well. So they called that one Shiva. So that's where it got its name, Bere'shiyth. And so they started digging, and Abimelech comes to him with Pichol, the chief captain, and Akuzath. I might have butchered that name. Sorry. Feel free to leave it in the comment section of how to actually pronounce that. Anybody knows. Anywho, Abimelech and his buddies come by and talk with Yitzhak, and Yitzhak's like, what are you doing here, dude? Like, you kicked me out. What's up? And Abimelech's like, you know, hey, we see that Yah's blessed you. You've become very great in our eyes, and we just kind of let you out the door because we didn't want you guys to become too great, and then, you know, one day you guys are going to take over us. You know, we were kind of afraid of that, and we were too chicken ourselves to tell you. So we just kind of let you out the door to go on with your merry way in peace. So, everything's still cool, bro? Not really. But they decide to make a covenant, so they break out a feast and make some food and put their kicks up and start chowing down. they make an oath between themselves. And so, um, and Yitzhak leaves, lets them depart in peace, it says. And servant comes up, hey, we found water, let's go. And so, it goes into the sons of, or the son of Yitzhak and Rivka, Esau. He finds two ladies in Las Vegas. Sorry, a the daughters of the Hittim. Sorry, not Las Vegas. Um, and it says they were a grief of mind unto Yitzhak and Rivka. So I mean, in their mind, it might as well been Las Vegas. So or wherever. But it certainly wasn't of the family like how Abraham had sworn, made his servant swear to him that he wouldn't do for Isaac. So we'll see where that decision of Esau takes him. So this was the ending of chapter 26 review. Let's jump into 27 of the book of Bere'shiyth, Genesis. And it came to pass that when Yitzhak was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. And he said, Behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray you, your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless you before I die. And Rivkah heard when Yitzhak spoke unto Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rivkah spoke unto Yaakov her son, saying, Behold, I've heard your father speak unto Esau your brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless you before Yahuwah, before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, according to that which I command you. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for your father, such as he loves. And you shall bring it to your father, that he may eat, and that he may bless you before his death. And Yaakov said unto Rivkah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall see to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be your curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory meat, such as his father loves. And Rivkah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Yaakov her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread, which she had prepared, into the hand of her son Yaakov. And he came unto his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who are you, my son? And Yaakov said unto his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done according as you bade me. Arise, I pray you, sit and eat of my venison, that your soul may bless me. And Yitzhak said unto his son, How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because Yahuwah your Elohim brought it to me. And Yitzhak said unto Yaakov, Come near, I pray you, that I may feel you, my son, whether you be my very son Esau or not. And Yaakov went near unto Yitzhak his father, and felt him, and said, The voice is Yaakov's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother's Esau's hands. So he blessed them, and he said, Are you my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless you. And he brought it near to him. And he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Yitzhak said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near, and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which Yahuwah has blessed. Therefore Elohim give you of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let peoples serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brethren, and let your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be everyone that curses you, and blessed be everyone that blesses you. And it came to pass, as soon as Yitzhak had made an ending of blessing Yaakov was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Yitzhak his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that your soul may bless me. And Yitzhak his father said unto him, Who are you? And he said, I am your son, your firstborn, Esau. And Yitzhak trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that has taken venison, and brought it to me, and I have eaten of all who came before you, and have blessed him? Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, my father. And he said, Your brother came with subtlety, and has taken away your blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Yaakov? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and now behold, he has taken away my blessing. And he said, Have you not reserved a blessing for me? Yitzhak answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him your lord, and all his brethren I have given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto you, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Have you but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Yitzhak his father answered and said unto him, Behold, your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above. And by your sword you shall live, and shall serve your brother. And it shall come to pass, when you shall have the dominion, that you shall break his yoke from off your neck. And Esau hated Yaakov because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Yaakov. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rivkah. And she was sent and called Yaakov, her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, your brother Esau, as touching you, comforts himself, purposing to kill you. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice and arise. Flee to Laban my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until your brother's fury turn away, until your brother's anger turn from you, and he forget that which you had done unto him. Then I will send and fetch you from thence. Why should I be deprived of you also both in one day? And Rivkah said unto Yitzhak, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Yaakov take a woman of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? This be the end of chapter 27. Shalom, y'all. Shalom, y'all. In the last video, we were reading chapter 26 of the book Bere'shiyth, Genesis. Anyway, and so the scene is transitioning from Avraham now to Yitzhak, and there was a famine in the land where they were dwelling, and so Yitzhak decides to start heading elsewhere, and Yah says, hey, don't be going to Mitzrayim, head over to this place instead, which actually his father and Sarah, Avraham and Sarah, had went prior as well, and so place where Avimelech had ruled and was still ruling, and so he came to the area of the Palestine, and he kind of did a little copycat and same thing his father did. Oh, she's my sister. And it seems to me like Avimelech was spying, looking out the window, spying, oh, what's this? And it doesn't exactly say what sporting is, but that's what it says Yitzhak and Rivkah were doing. Be that what it is, Avimelech's like, hey, yo, this is definitely your chick. I mean, why'd you say she was your sister? That's kind of... Anyway, he makes a decree throughout the whole land. Anybody who touches this dude or his woman, you're dead. You're a dead man. So, decree put. And so Avimelech sends him out as he did his father, and so Yitzhak dwells in the land because of what Avimelech had said, which was, my land is before you, go where you want. And so he goes and he starts sowing in the land, and Yahweh blesses him just like boom. And he increases everything 100-fold. And so, yeah, I was talking to him, and he bestows the covenant which he established with Abraham. Now he's reestablishing it in his seed after Abraham, as he said to Abraham that he would do. And so um, he's going through all of the things that he had spoken with Abraham. Now he's repeating them in the ears of Yitzhak for Abraham's sake, because Abraham walked uprightly with him, and followed the Torah and kept his commandments. So um, this is this blessing was not only for Abraham, but it's for his generations after him.